Mysterious Ripley House, Episode 37, The End. Once, four kids woke up in a mysterious old house, and they had no idea how they'd gotten there. The house was called the Mysterious Ripley House, and for the span of the time that they were trapped in this house and could not get out, it provided many adventures and much wonderful entertainment for them. Well, as they began their adventures and walked through the house, they met many strange companions, like a lady who was made entirely out of bubbles, or Hector the Pixie, who was quite mischievous. On and on their adventures went, until finally they discovered the woman of the house herself, Madame Ripley, who was under a curse and could not get out. Finally, they came to the sitting room, the place with the mysterious gargoyle and the mysterious riddle. If they guessed this riddle right, they would not only set themselves free from the house at last, but they would set free everyone else who was trapped in the house, including their friend Jim. Wow, Raphael said, looking at the riddle. I wonder what the heck that means. I mean, normally these riddles don't make a lot of sense, but this is just weird. Audrey stared at it, contemplating. I wonder if it has something to do with the order of the words. See how they don't quite make sense in the order? Like, upon once doesn't make sense. There has to be a reason for that. The group began to think, and suddenly Bianca hit on it. It's the first letter of every word. Backwards! See, I know that because the first one says you, and that was short enough that I figured the rest out myself. Slowly, they figured out the rest of the riddle. The house around them seemed to slow down. They began to feel like something tremendous and tremendously important was about to happen. Are we ready? Tim said. I think so, Audrey said. Slowly, they all joined hands and said together, the answer to the riddle is, the world has need of you. With that, all of a sudden, a creaking sound rolled through the house. The air in the room became sweeter, nicer, and more pleasant to be in. The group, slowly looking around, shuffled quickly towards the front door of the house as quick as they could, and there, the doorknob, who they'd met on the very first moment of their first adventure, said, Hello, you can leave now. And it wiggled its cute little nose, because lo and behold, the door was open, and they could all walk out into a bright new day. Wow, Raphael said. It feels weird, because if we leave now, we'll go back to the way our lives were before, and will we even remember this? I hope so, Audrey said. It's been so interesting. What if we forget each other? Bianca said. I like you all now. I want to keep hanging out. So the four kids exchanged telephone numbers and addresses in the hopes that they could get in touch with each other after the adventure was over. Let's email or something, Raphael said. We can still stay friends, right? And, now that we've had one adventure, maybe there are more adventures in our future, and we'll magically wake up again somewhere else someday. It was worth a shot. The group felt interested and teary as they all said goodbye to each other and said goodbye to Jim, and from the top of the staircase, they waved goodbye to Madame Ripley herself, who was standing there holding her typewriter, her gray hair piled into a bun on the top of her head. Wow, Tim said, we actually met Madame Ripley. There she is. Thank you so much, Madame Ripley said. We are all free now, and every inhabitant of the house can now go wherever he wishes. I am going to go to the park and have a popsicle, Bianca said. I want to go to the park and have a popsicle. With that, they decided that it was time to end their adventure and to go forth together. Walking through the light of the front door, they each disappeared one by one, and they woke up where they had been before. We won't know exactly what happened to Jim, of course, but I think he was right that he ended up in a vampire village filled with delicious beets. The children, however, did remember what had happened, and they still had everyone's phone numbers and email addresses, and they became fast friends and spoke to each other over their computers for the rest of their lives and had many, many more adventures. But for the time being, all we need to know, and all we know, is that that is the end of the adventure in the mysterious Ripley